Welcome to my channel. In this channel I share some of the battlefields and military museums I have visited in the past. Hopefully you will find it useful for planning your trips if you have similar interests. If you find this content useful or entertaining, please like and subscribe to get alerted when I publish more of such videos. In this video I will give you a tour of the Sanctuary Wood Museum and trenches near Ypres in Belgium. The museum is a 10 minutes drive from Ypres and an hour and a half drive from Brussels. Okay, let's start with what most folks are interested in seeing. Trenches. The trenches at this museum are actual British trenches that have been preserved and maintained. You see that tube thing? That's a trench mortar. Also we see the entrance to the trenches. I'll show two examples of trench mortars from the museum. These are basically to shoot explosive shells over short distances, and they blow up throwing shrapnel, which would either wound or kill a person. These mortars have ranges from 500 to 5,000 meters. Okay, let's descend into the trench. You will notice that the trenches are reinforced with corrugated iron sheets. If you haven't watched my video on the Pasteur Daily Museum, please go watch that as I explain the differences between the British and German trenches. Essentially, the British did not consider themselves to be protecting land they have conquered. They were looking to kick the Germans out of Belgium, hence the use of more temporary structures. Notice the zigzag nature of the trenches. I'll talk more about it later. Okay, now imagine you are a soldier peeping out to see if the enemy is attacking. This is where enemy snipers will be taking shots at you. In my video on the Pasteur Daily Museum, I talk about the use of periscopes and protected lookouts. Okay, now imagine you are experiencing an artillery bombardment. You will have to run to a shelter to be protected from shrapnel. It could be a simple shelter. Imagine frantically running through this zigzag trench to get to a shelter. Or there may be a concrete bunker close by. In that case you will have to squeeze with other troops like yourself. It is a very cramped and claustrophobic experience. As you can see, it is dark and cramped in the bunker. Okay, now we will look at it from the Germans' perspective of assaulting the trenches. As you can see, even if you manage to survive reaching the trench, you still have to find a spot to jump in to clear it, and there are barbed wire and other obstacles. Notice that the zigzag nature of the trench works in favor of the defenders, as they are not prone to enfilade fire from infiltrated enemy. Also, if an artillery shell or grenade lands on one segment of the trench, the other side is protected. If an enemy soldier jumps into the trench, he can't see beyond the next turn of the trench. Okay, now we'll get the museum proper. There are about 4 buildings that house the museum, a very small gift shop and cafe. Typical of such museums, you will find uniforms of the various units that participated in the battles in this area. Also other equipment like helmets and shells, mostly dug up. There are also photos of the landscape of the area during the war. It was barren, as you can see. Of course, you would be amiss if there wasn't the weapons. These range from bayonets to pistols and sabers, and to rifles used on both sides. And of course, the machine gun in its various forms. This weapon defined the First World War. The war also introduced mechanization at a scale never seen before, but it wasn't until World War II that countries fielded fully mechanized units. We have come to the end of the video. I'll leave you with several images of the museum. If you like watching such videos, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell to be alerted of new content. Thank you.